Hey there, high achievers! Welcome to Unwind the Grind YouTube channel, the place to transition from a sucky, dead-end job to a meaningful, fulfilling career. New to the channel, I'm Samya, your career transition coach with 16 years of experience in leadership, coaching, and business management. Subscribe to the channel to receive new videos every Monday that help you grow and excel in your career. Now, what comes to mind when you hear the word corporate? White-collar jobs, pristine offices, high-rise buildings, multinational organization paying top salaries, but also greed, toxicity, cutthroat competition, backstabbing, leg pulling, endless hustle. Bottom line is, it's not all roses and sunshine out there, and often people end up getting lost in the maze that you have to navigate in order to achieve success in the corporate world. Whether you're a fresh graduate testing the waters of a corporate life or someone who has been in the grind for a few years now, the corporate world can be a very daunting place. No one prepares you really for what is thrown at you out there. Sure, you've got the skills, both hard and soft, and you work hard and are intelligent, but none of this is going to guarantee your success in the environment you're putting yourself in. The toughest part for me was how much my value system differed from the one expected of me when it came to building my network, establishing connection, rapport, engaging with other people, and those soft emotional intelligence skills, which, by the way, always trump whatever other skills you've got, no matter how good you are at them. In this video, I'm going to try and condense 16 years worth of corporate grind into my top 10 unspoken insider rules for guaranteed success in the corporate world. Things I wish I knew when I first started so I could spare my younger self all those hours of anxiety and self-doubt. But before I get to those, I want to give a little disclaimer. Corporate world is not for everyone. Your success or failure in it does not define you in any way, in any shape or form. Take it from someone who's ditched an uber successful long-haul corporate career to start from scratch all by myself. If your heart's not in it, if you don't vibe with the environment, the culture, the people, no amount of hard work or networking will make it worth your while. So before you jump in, or if you've already jumped in but are still struggling to climb up the ladder, take some time to step back, reflect, deep dive, look inward to see if this is really what you want to do. Is this really why you want to put in effort year in, year out for decades of your life? If you find yourself questioning your career choices right now, which you should do all the time, by the way, I highly suggest going through my videos on finding your why, because knowing you are setting off on the right path is the first step towards success in any career journey, corporate or otherwise. Now that we have this very important disclaimer out of the way, let's get to the 10 insider lessons for navigating the corporate world successfully. 1. Your worth to the company and its people is tied to your last performance rating or evaluation. I'm not kidding. You are as good as your last month's appraisal. Even if you were a top performer 5 years in a row, if for whatever reason you did not manage to get a top rating this year, you're doomed. And to play the rating game is like being in a war zone. It's a bloodbath out there. Yeah, I know, all companies are not the same. You may think in your amazing company, they really sit down and evaluate all your results, compare them to your peers, iron out the differences in work plan and workload, and give you a fair assessment on where you stand. If you go to work thinking that at the end of the year, this is how evaluation will be done, you're in for a huge setback. What to do? Consistently stellar performance, and more importantly, ensuring everyone and their village knows about all the awesome stuff you're up to. More to follow on this shortly. 2. People are nice to you only when you are influential or they need you. Once the need or influence changes, so does their behavior. Sucks, right? This is one of the worst possible facets of corporate life, and it is inevitable. As human beings, we always need friendly faces around us, right? We're always trying to build meaningful relationships, add value, But no matter what you do, you will always end up dealing with some fake, superficial people. Their masks come off the moment your corporate relation with them changes in any way. The moment they can't get anything of material value out of you, they disappear. The lengths people are willing to go to try and create these fake facades and friendships will shock you. They really make you believe someone out there has got your back, and then they vanish the moment you are not useful to them. This is just one of those hard to swallow pills that you will have to gulp because you won't have the time to mourn these friendships. You'll have to move on quickly. 3, promotions are not linked to performance. At best, they are linked to the perception of your performance. Perception is reality. It's so true. It's not about the real metrics and results as much as the perception of those results in the eyes of people who matter. Perspective changes everything about the object being viewed, and no two people will ever have the exact same perspective. It depends on so many factors, right? Like your values, strengths, background, experiences, culture, communication. Work on building a positive image and brand with all relevant stakeholders so when promotion time comes, they all know you, like you, and vouch for you. If you want a more detailed account of how much impact your image and exposure has on your professional growth in an organization, make sure to check out my video on the pie model, linking it down below. Being at the right opportunity at the right time is more important than results. The age-old saying, work smarter, not harder, fits perfectly here. You could be burning your blood, sweat, and tears for the company, but find yourself completely ignored when a great opportunity arises. Instead, it's handed to the average Joe whose results are mediocre, but who always seems to find these opportunities first. I'll tell you what Joe's secret is. It's the right exposure. A good network and image will take you places no amount of hard work, sitting by yourself at your desk, would ever do. Again, unfortunately, perception matters more than substance. How your work is packaged and positioned in the right light so that the right people have your name in their minds when they're making these decisions. Of course, this doesn't mean just socialization alone will get you anywhere, right? Performance is always the underlying common denominator upon which you build your brand and exposure. When you are the star, most mistakes are forgiven. When you are in good books, your mistakes will be overlooked. And you will be in the good books when you have the right image and perception and when your work meets expectations. However, if you have been thrown off the path a little, which also happens often, and not delivered as per these expectations, you should be highly diligent in your work, walking on eggshells, watching everything you're doing because your management will nitpick on your mistakes and you might end up losing your job over minuscule issues. Trust me, I've seen this happen way too often. Higher paid opinions are more valued than low paid data and facts. What does that mean? You could have a fancy presentation stating the latest facts and concrete evidence, feeling like you're going to stun the management with these revelations, but then someone more experienced is going to toss it right into the bin. And all the higher ups will just accept their judgment. The sooner you accept this, the better for your mental health, because often people take this personally. Experience does account for something, and that is literally the only reason a grumpy old man is paid tons more than you, and a lot of the times their foresight does turn out to be accurate even when the data suggested otherwise. In short, always make your perspective heard, but don't fight the opinion of someone who's paid higher for that opinion. Know when to speak up and disagree with senior management. Over the last few years, the corporate work environment has shifted drastically. More and more companies are now trying to sell themselves as open-minded spaces. Spaces where you're encouraged to speak your mind regardless of hierarchy. But what they leave out is that you're still a cog in a big machine and still have to fight hard to keep that place. So while there are definitely times when you have to be critical and get straight with people, always pointing out others' problems will make you sound like an insufferable narcissist. Choose when to speak, what to say, and what tone to use very wisely. There will be times when you'll have to choose between being right or employed. So make sure if you do throw it all away, it's at least over something worth it. There's a fine line between gaining experience and getting rusted. Know when to draw that line. So you think since you have 10 years of experience in your category of business, you would not only be highly valuable to your company, but also a great catch for your competitors? Well, think again. In those 10 years, you've been pretty much doing the same thing over and over again, working with almost the same people, and haven't delivered results that could be quoted as slam dunk. So why would anyone be interested in you as compared to this other guy who has worked in 3 different organizations, small and big, has rolled up his sleeves to deliver on the unique roles offered, all while building his skill set and led his diverse multicultural teams to achieve stellar results? The lesson here: don't get rusted. Don't gather dust on the shelf. Know the difference. Never associate your self-worth to your position and performance in the company. It does feel great when you're the champ, being seen as someone who consistently delivers results, leads from the front, and is influential and smart. What happens when you're not all of this? Unless you want to fall down a rabbit hole of negative thoughts and self-doubt every time you hit a roadblock in your career journey, do not tie your self-worth and self-esteem entirely with your job. Failures on the job are inevitable. No matter how awesome your performance is or how great of a start you get, you're bound to fail at something sooner or later. You should remember this. Despite seeming like the end of the world, each failure is a chance to learn, to improve, and bounce back stronger. Every successful name you see in the corporate world today, from Mark Zuckerberg to Bill Gates and all of these TED Talkers you listen to get inspired, all had their pitfalls. I know it sounds cliche, but these obstacles make you what you become. If you let them get to you and sulk and whine about them, they might even destroy your morale and eventually your career outlook. While fortune does favor the bold, keep in mind there are so many factors that are outside of your circle of influence that determine your career path and success in the company. If you were to beat yourself up for failing at those, it wouldn't be all that fair. Broaden your pie of self-worth and take pride in all the other roles you have in life when the going at work gets tough. Always remember, you are bigger than your job, and even on a sucky day at the job, you have so much to be proud of outside of it. So don't lose sight of that. Once you learn the rules of the game, it is easy to thrive in mediocrity and comfort zone. Opt otherwise. Don't be a victim of your own success. After having spent years learning all the rules of the game, now you know how to play it with precision. And this is exactly when it is so easy to fall into the trap of mediocrity and comfort zone. The trap of so what's. So what if I don't have stellar results? I can position things differently. No one else has results either. So what if I got passed over for promotion this year? I have the right sponsors that will look out for me next year. So what if I'm on a dud assignment for the last 3 years? At least I have a stable, high-paying job. This is what I call the kiss of death. Detrimental to your learning, your growth, this path ensures you get rusted. We've talked about the implications of getting rusty in the earlier point as well. Well, this is how you get to that stage. But you don't have to. Have zero tolerance for mediocrity. Push your boundaries and break the monotony. And that's a wrap on your 10 insider lessons to navigate the ups and downs of corporate life successfully. Now, don't let this intimidate you into thinking you can't make it out there. If corporate is the way you want to go in your career, these pointers will be highly beneficial to you. Want to chat some more? Sign up for a complimentary one-on-one session today. What are some of the lessons you've learned in your career so far? Share some wisdom in the comments below.